Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of TC Talk. My name is Therese and thanks for stopping by. So today I thought I would give a few of my thoughts on the Mortal Kombat movie, which was, released earlier this year. And I guess I did a reaction video to the trailer when it came out, and I was very excited and also a little bit anxious and scared. And I think when it comes to movie adaptations of games, there has not been the best track record. But with that said, I think even if it is very stuck in the 90s, has stood the test of time as one of the better adaptations of games that has made it. If there are any others that you think pass the mark, let me know. But that just seems to be my impression. And so how does the new movie compare? I guess for me, it was a mixed bag. To be sure. And I think one of the things I guess didn't help was the fact that I did watch the animated movie Scorpion's Revenge a little while before I actually watched this movie, and because of that, particularly when I saw the first 7 minutes, I was kind of expecting something similar, and I did enjoy the animated movie. I thought that the storyline, especially the arc between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, was something that they were going to carry over. And this doesn't help by the fact that the posters and the marketing that you see for this movie, the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie, all you see is Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And is that what you get? For the first 7 minutes, yes. And for my impression, you get it in the beginning of the movie and you get it basically at the very end, because in between you get the introduction of Cole. So I guess for me that is one of my main bones of contention with this movie is they do take a little bit of poetic license with the game and the lore quite a bit. So one of the biggest deviations is the introduction of Cole, and I guess I should put a disclaimer that I am going to put spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie at this point and you don't want to be spoiled by the storyline, check back on this video when you have, and I'll see you then. But for those who have, carry on, and I'm just going to keep blabbering on. So in this movie you do get 7 minutes, as I was saying, of the backstory between the rivalry that happens between Scorpion, or Hanzo Hisashi as you first are introduced to him, and Sub-Zero, and then you get carried over to the present time and the introduction of Cole. I'm gonna have to say right now, I didn't really care about his character too much, and I have had friends that just said that there's a lot about this movie that that screams, I guess, what did he say? Interference, corporate or whatever, organizational interference, and I get the impression too, especially with the introduction of Cole. It's not helped by the fact that when you have Mortal Kombat and the character roster of the games as of Mortal Kombat 11 is so large that you do have to question why they just create a new character entirely, especially when his backstory is... Well, spoiler alert, the revelation is that he is Scorpion's descendant. Yes, so that is the reason why he is the chosen one in this movie, and he's the one that's supposed to, I guess, basically save Earthrealm and all the other realms as well. So yeah. So I guess without me waffling on, for me it didn't quite work. I don't think it was necessary for them to introduce a whole new character with his family and everything, but that they did. For the saving grace, they do have they casted Sonya and they casted Kano very well. So for those, I was a bit intrigued as well, because especially again when you watch the animated movie, a lot of the banter and the comedy comes from Sonya, but particularly through her interaction with Johnny Cage. And for whatever reason, Johnny Cage isn't present in this movie until, I guess, spoiler again, until the very end, where they do have a poster advertising him. So in Johnny Cage's place, we do have Kano, and I have to admit I was impressed. Like, I found his character to be very funny. So that Kano, and well, so I guess for that there was a saving grace. And then you do get the other characters, Liu Kang and and Kung Lao. So there's them. For those that do know who Liu Kang is and the character and the role that he plays throughout the game's history, you probably will find that his role in this story is pretty small, and that's how I found it. So if you're looking for him to be the one, the chosen one and the destined one, you're gonna be disappointed. Your mileage may also vary on how well the characters did the actors did the characters justice. Maybe it is they're very big shoes to fill. Personally, I don't know. For me, it didn't quite work as well. But with that said, I think it was a lot of things. They probably did the best that they could. Maybe it was also due to direction and everything. And on that point, I feel that way about the fight scenes as well. And I guess, if nothing else, due to the fact that they do have people that like Hiroki Sanada and Joe Taslim, who, if you've seen them in almost every movie that Hiroki Sanada has been in, but also like The Raid, and then you get someone like Max Wang, who is from the JC Stun team, then I guess for me my expectations were hopeful. I guess hopeful because when it comes to Mortal Kombat, there's always been a focus on brutality and fatalities and that stuff, but you still do hope there is some sort of the fight scenes to be like to blow you over. And I guess for me, it's probably not the fact that they weren't skilled, but and this again has been said by other people before, probably a lot of things, maybe budgeting, maybe interference, a lot of editing and all that direction too. To that I'd say, if you do want to see Joe Taslim, all those guys at their best, I highly recommend checking out the Raid. And for Max Wang, he does have a short called No Way Out. So in those shorts, you get to actually see them showcase their skills in the best way that they do know how. So yeah. Without spoiling too much, I do think Kung Lao's character was not in there long enough. I think he could have been utilized a lot more better. With that said, I guess I can say that for a lot of the characters, I think for the most part, the characters I felt that were done the most justice were Jackson, Sonya, and Kano as well. There are others, well, at least you get them, I guess. And yeah, definitely I can say that for the character of Shang Tsung as well. And maybe it's just because I've seen the 99 version and it's really hard for me to see anyone else than Kaihuriki Tagawa as Shang Tsung just because of his acting. So I'm sure Shin Han did the best that he could. But, for me, it's just not the same. So I guess that's all I can say about the characters and the stuff like that. So as far as the other changes that they've done, they also introduced this interesting concept called Arcana. So instead of the games where the people have they can shoot thunderbolts or bolts just because, well, chi magic, I guess. In this instance, it's Arcana and they have to generate through anger or something. Again, I don't know why they did it. Maybe they just want to make it an interesting concept, or just because they want to have more funny scenes with Kano when he generates his power, his eye beams and stuff. I guess that would be my guess. If you've got any, theories, let me know. So yeah, and I guess for me, I think it doesn't help that you get all this really cool stuff with Sub-Zero and Scorpion, but in between you get Cole's character, and when you don't care about his character that much, there's only so much that you can do, especially when you get him powering up just because of his family, but again powering up just because he's the chosen one, and it's like a golden armor, and it's I don't know, it just didn't feel very Mortal Kombat like. I haven't said other people just feel this is much more like Marvel, like the Marvel movies and Marvel fight scenes, and it's it does feel like that, doesn't it? So yeah, I guess again your mileage may vary whether or not that's something that you like. I guess because I do have a soft spot. I used to play the games when I was younger, when I was 10, and I used to play the Game Boy version, and I used to play the Super SNES Super Nintendo version as well. It just feels different. So for me, I guess for now, I just look forward to Battle Realms and see where that goes. So, but with that said, if you take all that aside, it's an enjoyable ride, and you get to see some fun performances. Regardless, maybe it wasn't meeting my expectations, but sometimes you do have your expectations a bit high, don't you? So yeah, and I guess I will leave on a last note on representation. So who did I feel represented by? Yeah, I guess go Aussies represent. I guess I will leave it at that. So until next time, I will see you then.